Now, this feast of St. Angela is one that places us in the whole ambit of education. It concerns the little people here, because when we have a child, as actually we have in the Gospel, the Lord having a child physically here, presenting the child as an example of someone to follow, because the child is humble, the child receives, and the child normally doesn't want to be number one. It's kind of what is going on every time we have a life before us. Now, Angela Merici was aware of the importance in the case of the girls who were neglected with regard to education. She was the first to get permission to have a congregation able to educate the girls as such as their vocation, the Ursulines. And they first of all concentrated on poor girls, and then of course as time evolved they went into all kinds of girls. But just think about the importance of what goes on in a classroom. The teacher has huge power. I did actually train for 1 year with little children there in primary education at one stage, and we saw the huge power that one has over a life. Because a primary school teacher doesn't teach just a material, a discipline, an academic thing, but teaches the person, as you know. The academic thing is there, but the person in charge of a child, a class of children in the primary sector, has the whole person there all day. It's a massive responsibility. And what goes in, stays in. It applies to all of you here who at any point have access to children. The words that come out of the parents, the friends, the aunts, the uncles, have an impact over the soul. And the proof is this. Years later, they're down. Years later, they've got into trouble. Something comes from the memory banks and it lives again, and they come to you. Nearly on a daily basis, I have that experience. People come to the door, they've gone astray and all the rest of it. But where do they come? Where they've learned somewhere down the line that there was hope. Mother Church is hope. It's something familiar, it's something which gets us to heaven. And when the cards are down, that's the only thing that they've got left. The soul and its future. And that future is not going to stop. It means forever and ever. So when all the rest has failed, and all the distraction is not enough, then they're faced with the issue. What am I doing with my life? A lot of people who come in my direction are talking about suicide, and some of them try actually to do it. That's a terrible waste of a life. Now, before you little people start, and as regards you who have contact with the little people, think of the messages you give and that you receive. E.g., it's important that you talk to them about the things that matter before. Prevention is better than cure. Teach the little people what's good for them and bad for them. And teach them the importance of keeping away from bad people who lead them to the wrong areas. I think you know what I mean in the travelling community. You don't need certain things in your wider family. You can do without it. But it starts with the will. No one can do it for you. Therefore, the will has to be taught. And therefore, that means that the person himself commands without being commanded, and knows what is going to come and contaminate, to having good antibodies, that it can smell something nasty. Also, and I finish with this, now children have to attack things that weren't in existence when we were children. The whole cybersphere, what's behind a screen, that's all new stuff. Now, before they grow up, before they get access to things, warn them that what's behind a screen is actually very, very dangerous. The demons are there wanting your soul. So protect them, because once one opens a screen which is attached to internet, the whole world is there and hell as well. All that porn, all that bad contact. Facebook is dangerous. Be careful when you open a screen, because the whole world is waiting for you. I just finish. The last thing is this. Make sure that there's prayer in all your families, that they're used to prayer, that prayer is normal. because it's the air that we breathe. Take the children always to a place of prayer. Let them feel the atmosphere of a calm church. Expose them to the things of God so they know what is not of God and what is. I finish. It starts with example. Never let a child hear a swear word or even violence, because it's an atmosphere that rubs off on them and gets into them. Let peace reign in your homes, and only warmth and good words. And may God bless you in your wider circle.
Years ago. Everything there they used to use it. And inside, you can see it inside as well. You can open it, can't you? Yeah. Now the lights is not great inside because there's no light. But you can actually... Yeah, Paddy, if you have a phone there with your light, that's the things up to it. And that, you see the bed back in there that used to be on Paddy. Put in the back window, Paddy, put in the back window.
Oh, here. Would the bedding be one level up or something?
Your daddy tell.
Hold it. Oh, that's a jug, just a little jug.
Oh, they have to have water like that.
Yeah. And that's the little bucket they used to make. You know the buckets they used to make years ago?
Ah, thinkers. Yeah.
And they were the lock. What were they for? They were to hold on. What's there for? Now this is the horse. Look at the horse.
Oh, the horse.
Yeah. Paddy, lift that back there to put the horse before it. Oh. My daddy will show you and tell you what they're for.
Oh, here we are. There's more where that came from. Oh, look at this.
Turn it this way now, you get a better look at it. I made him harness as well, family.
That's a perfect model. So people used to sleep upstairs in the bed up there, on the top level, and downstairs the whole family would live.
And down underneath the bed, that's where the children would sleep.
Oh, the children were under the bed.
Yeah.
You see that board there?
Yeah.
That's what we call the bed board.
On the right.
No, going across.
Ah, yeah, bedboard.
Yeah, and where the bedboard are resting, that's a little table each side.
Oh.
So the bedboard is lifted up and shoved back in.
Oh.
So you use the two little tables then.
Oh. So yeah.
This is the little stove for fighting heat.
Oh, right. There was a little stove for providing heat inside. So you'd fill the place with smoke. But there's a little chimney there. Chimney there. Yeah. Wow. That's something else now. And when did they cease to operate?
Everything is in the big one. It's in that one.
About the 1970s.
As late as that?
The middle of the 70s, I think.
Yeah. That's just fantastic. Wow.
Now it has something else he can show you out in the shed he's making,
Yeah? Yeah?
Little, you know the little flat you have made already?
Yeah? That is something else.
Over a bit now.
Little pony, little pony, little pony, little pony.
Yeah, otherwise pony now will fit that. But it has to be all decorated yet, fella.
Ah, right.
You know.
Yeah. So, Martin Mongan, would you like to be on this? Yes?
Yeah. I made the wheels, the whole lot of it, fella.
The whole lot. Even the wheels are homemade.
Yeah, the seal of the wheels. And I had to make the iron for the whole and the rubber as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is something else.
No. Everything there had to be made. I even had to make these little shuttles, springs, and the little jacks.
Oh, that is something else.
A lot of work, wasn't it?
Yes.